everyone, the Jose50 back in with another edition of What's on Deck. So, let's start off with what's going on Kickstarter. There's not a whole lot going on anywhere this week, but a few little things to tell you about. So it should be a pretty quick video. First of all, on Kickstarter, the Arctic playing cards. Right here from Otto Neugebauer. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. Probably butchered it. His first project is currently 8% funded, 24 days to go. It's to be printed by LPC, Emerald Finis. It's got an Arctic theme. I'm trying to figure out where this guy is from. He's from the UK. Anyways, here's your court cards. They're okay. Spades feature carnivorous land mammals. And he has the polar bear, the wolverine, and the Arctic fox. Hearts feature birds. There's a peregrine falcon, the snowy owl, and the puffin. Clubs feature marine mammals, including the walrus, narwhal, and the ringed seal. Right there. That's more like an Antarctic animal, isn't it? A seal? Diamonds feature herbivores, including the muskox, the reindeer, and the Arctic hare. And that's that. The cards feature blue and orange colors for the pips and the court cards. A lot of kind of white space on the court cards. They're okay. They're not. There's not much to them. They're just animals. The back design, the Ace of Spades is very simple, as you can see, just a spade pip basically. Jokers, they're just stars. And then the back design, again, kind of that star compass thing. And fist scales. Very plain, not a whole lot going on. It's not doing too well. I mean, I appreciate the idea and the theme, and it's not bad, but it's just not really doing it for a whole lot of people, unfortunately, and it's not looking like it's going to make it. I mean, they haven't even gotten to 500 pounds in 1 week now. How are they going to make it to 5,200 pounds? I don't know. Next up, we got the Aquatica playing cards. It's currently 11% funded, 27 days to go. This is from James Anthony, apparently of magicworld.co.uk. This is his first deck, his first project, their first project. They haven't even backed any projects. Currently, they're at almost 1,000 pounds. 8,000 pound goal. It's going to be tough getting there. The boxes are pretty nice, as you can see, the tuck case, and the back design is not bad. But I think there's just way too much white space on the back design you see here, especially in the top and bottom of the cards. It just feels like it makes the borders really big, and like the picture should be, you can see it right here the best. It feels like the back design should be expanded and made to fill in the space better. Apparently they have plans for a red deck as well, if they ever hit that goal. And then you see the Ace of Spades. It's nice, it's got a marine theme to it, and the Jokers as well, looks like mermaids. And the rest of the pips are also custom. And they even say Aquatica on them. For the aces, I should say the rest of the aces. Here's a better look at the Jokers. And that's pretty much that. As far as I can tell, as far as I know, standard number cards and court cards, which is a little bit lame and really hurts that people, trying to... It really hurts the appeal of it. I mean, who wants to spend that much money on one deck? The early bird is £8. That works out to about $12 US. Plus the £2 in shipping, that's more like $15 US for one deck. For a fairly standard deck, that is a lot of money. I mean, $15, that's a Jackson Robinson deck on a good day. Most of the time nowadays they're like $30 each, but I mean, most decks on Kickstarter are like $15 each, but they're completely custom. And a lot of times they have, embossing and foil and stuff like that on tuck cases. These, they're fairly standard. I don't think they're worth that much money. And to me, I have to question another thing about this project, and that is, why is there shipping to the U.S. and other parts of the world? It's free UK shipping, which tells me it seems like they're fulfilling from the UK. But why are they fulfilling from the UK? Why not send these to someone like Crowd Fulfillment or Gambler's Warehouse and have them fulfill to North America? It would probably be cheaper and it would be more attractive to backers in the US if they didn't have to pay shipping costs. Because I know what the backers in the States are like. They're like, oh, shipping? Screw that. Basically. So that's that. Don't think it's going to happen at this rate, but they still have plenty of time. Next up, already funded, still 17 days to go. Another Bicycle Middle Kingdom deck from Doug Fry. This is the Black Edition. It's the same as the last one, except that instead of being white, it's black. It's doing good. They had planned on, like, I don't understand this either. They had planned on doing this as a stretch goal with the last project, but apparently they didn't hit the goal, and so they decided to launch a second project. Why didn't people just pledge more money the first time around instead of having to pledge again? It doesn't make much sense. But very nice artwork on the court cards and everything. A little color might have helped a little bit. You see the aces, and it's a deck that I'll probably pick up later on, both of them. But for now, I'm cutting back, and I spent way too much last month anyways. $7,000 for a Gilded Edition and $8,000 for a coin, and they've unlocked the Gilded Edition already. Moving along, I wanted to mention this one. Scarabs playing cards, Scott King. They're doing it all over again. What are they doing? Limited edition tuck cases here and there, tuck swaps, and it's annoying. This is what they unlocked a few days ago, and I think they're sold out already, or very close to it. It is... They don't even have any pictures. Extremely limited is what it is. Let's see this update. It's exclusive Scarab limited edition special edition collection. Only $75 US, $80 international, and you get 2 decks in these limited edition, numbered, signed, whatever, wood display boxes. It's a tuck swap, and a very expensive one. I wish collectors would stop buying every limited edition, this and that comes out, because it's just getting ridiculous. It's getting expensive. Everything is limited now, and everyone keeps pushing out and pumping out more and more limited and limited and limited. It's not even worth it anymore. Stop buying every limited edition thing that comes out and save yourself some money. If the creators want to put in the effort and create different decks that are completely different and just not tuck swaps, great. But if it's just going to be tuck swaps all the time just to make things even more limited, it's ridiculous. But whatever. You want to spend all the money? Go ahead. Next up, this just launched today. Looks pretty cool. It is the Dapper deck from Vanishing Ink. It's their first deck, the first project. Vanishing Ink, Magic.com, of course, their website. Apparently, it's the only deck designed by Fashion Industry Insiders. Actually, I don't think so. I think there's been one or two on Kickstarter before. To be printed by Legends, I believe it is. Looks like there's a cutout on the front of the tuck case. Spade. Looks pretty cool. Let me see what it says. Created by Joshua J. and Andy Gladwin, or a signed certificate anyways. And here it is. It's very colorful, bright, fun back design. There's two colors as well, as you can see. I believe it's a navy and orange. A navy deck and an orange deck. There's the orange one. Pretty cool. Custom aces again. As you can see, the court cards look like they're completely standard. Maybe some recoloring, which is disappointing. You got this beautiful pattern. Why not kind of put that on the court cards instead, just the colors? But it's better than nothing. To be printed by expert playing cards, even though it's got USB-C court cards, and so it's expert playing cards, not legends. There's not too many pledges, tiers. $8 for one deck, free shipping in the US. $15 for two decks is a pretty damn good deal, especially when most decks cost $15 for one on Kickstarter. Unfortunately, shipping it to Canada is $14, but I mean it's better than nothing, I guess. Very limited amounts, as you can see, that they have available for the two pledges and the 6 pledges, 6 decks, 3 of each. And then they have available the limited edition Dapper Deck Box for $150. That includes 2 decks, a silk handkerchief that matches, matching tie, signed number cards, and the Dapper Deck Box with a practice mirror. So you get this nice box with all the stuff in it. Apparently it has a mirror so that you can practice. It looks pretty cool, but it's really pricey. I'm not going to get it. There's your tie and the silk, the scarf. It's pretty cool. Handkerchief, I should say. They even have for $500. They're expecting 500 people to spend $500. Are they mad? You get $100 in Vanishing Ink Magic downloads, a brick of Dapper Decks, Dapper Deck sticker, thank you letter, download, and free shipping anywhere in the US. Wow. So that's that. I wanted to mention a couple more here. Derby Lux playing cards from Christy Morris has finally been canceled. They only got $600 and they had a $25,000 goal. Was not going to fund. So it's about time she canceled. I mean, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. Had she... There you go, $15 for a deck. It's pretty expensive. Had she not decided to do, all the metallic inks and foils and embossings and all the luxury stuff, and just had a more simple deck, it might have done better. And it might have been cheaper or more affordable. But she decided she wanted to have a massive goal, put everything you can possibly put onto a deck of cards, all the fixings, and it just didn't sell. And the goal was too high and had no chance. I've said it a million times. If you got a deck, you have to look at what you got and whether people are going to get it. And the chances are it's not going to do very well. Then you gotta have a really low goal, like $1,000, go for NPC, and at least you have a chance of funding. But a $25,000 goal for this, it had no chance. And then there's another problem with this one that I'm seeing, is way too many add-ons. I mean, racing goggles, beanies, ball caps, cord pouches, leather card clips, a silk scarf, decanter sets, and another one as well. Very few people are going to spend the money to get these decanter sets or any of these things. So the problem is, you end up spending, you can ask Albino Dragon this, you'll end up spending all this money to produce these items for a very limited amount of people, and it's just going to cost you a lot more money than you're going to be making. This creator would not be making any money on all these decanter sets and beanies and stuff like that, because very few people are actually going to buy them to warrant the expense of actually producing them. So, on paper it seems like a good idea, but it's not. And then there's this one from Jason Nguyen, Ideal Playing Cards. Carrot Playing Cards, canceled again. Apparently there's some kind of an issue with emerald finish not being available with their synthetic paper tuck case or whatever. I don't know. There's some kind of an issue. And they decided to cancel. He's going to be relaunching. He's going to have 500 deck, 500 limited deck floral white with a foil a seal and whatever. It's not going to help. It's not going to fund anyway. I doubt it anyways. He's had 10 projects now. Not one has been successful. Most of them have been canceled before they got anywhere. Only a couple have actually gone right through the entire project without cancellation, and they still failed. The guy has commitment issues with his projects. He can't stay committed. He's always making changes. And it causes backers to go, why should we be committed to something if he's not committed to something? He just keeps canceling and blah, blah. Anyway, let's move on to stuff outside of Kickstarter. There's not much. First of all, I want to mention Albino Dragon. They seem to have a sale going on right now. But I wanted to mention Albino Dragon because at the end of the year, they're going to stop selling playing cards on their website because apparently it's caused a lot of hassles. Part of the problem is the fact that they decide to produce decks that they can only sell to people in the US and the UK, sometimes to Canada. And they have problems with that. People place orders and then, oh, well, we can't sell to you because you're not in the US or the UK. And that's the problem with these decks that they produce, that they can only sell to certain parts of the world. And I'm not a big fan of that. But anyways, they're going to stop selling because of that and shipping costs and all sorts of hassles. They're still going to sell through their Amazon. Oh, excuse me. They're still going to be selling through their Amazon, but the fact of the matter is, they are advising people if you have rewards points, which apparently I do have some, to use them, make some orders, and then they'll be done with the website for selling playing cards. They're still going to be making decks through Kickstarter and stuff like that, and selling it on their Amazon and probably eBay and whatnot, but they're not going to be selling through the website because assholes. You know. Moving along, I mentioned this before, Latitude and Longitude playing cards coming soon from Legends. We have some more artwork now. Here's the Longitude deck. And I'm guessing the Latitude one's going to be more yellow, like this one here. That's the image of the Latitude. Pretty cool looking decks. Obviously Nautic themed. I'm looking forward to them. Hopefully they come out soon. I want to mention Art of Play. They're having 25 days of Christmas. But I'm not sure it's actually worth it. Let's see. I'm going to go through what they had. First of all, they had vintage studs, as they call them. They were selling studs, the older ones, for $2 each. Good deal. Until you have to pay shipping. Then they were selling a sticker package. Like anyone wants to buy a sticker package and pay shipping for that. On the third day of Christmas, they offered 5% off. On the fourth day, they were selling the Emerald Hollingworth decks at $20 each. I got one just so that I can have a complete Hollingworth collection set and sell it because I've been wanting to do that. Yesterday, they were selling the new Red Voltees playing cards. Just the one day. I think they were $15 each or something like that. It's pretty expensive. And as far as I can tell, it's the same thing as the original first edition ones, except they don't open from the side, the tuck case. It opens from the top. I'm going to wait until they release all three of them, or at the very least just the white one. That's the one I'm most interested in getting. I'll get into it in a minute. And now today, they're offering a free keychain. I could probably find it here. Apparently they sell it for $10. And here it is. They're giving that away right now today if you spend $50 or more. It's a nice little keychain, but I don't think it's worth $10. And I'm certainly not going to spend $50 just to get one free. Ooh, playing card canister. That looks pretty cool. Obviously, that's from Dan and Dave. Here's the sticker pack, by the way. The sticker pack. They're giving it away for free, which is not really saying much since it's not worth that much. And then, tomorrow's day 7. They'll have something else. My problem with this is, are they really expecting customers, especially international customers, to be placing orders every day or two and pay shipping every day or two? Ain't gonna happen. You're idiots. Why not just have a nice big sale, do some promotions, sell some stuff, instead of, here's this, here's that, every day something different. I already had 2 orders placed with them now over the last couple of weeks. I really don't have plans for any more. But if they did, one reasonable sale, release the Voltes decks, and I place another order. But I'm not going to place orders every other day and pay shipping every other day. Forget it. Just ridiculous. Moving along, one more thing to talk about. It is the Fury 11 Holiday Contest. Finally started the spin to win wheel. And almost every spin, you have a chance of winning at the very least 50 elite points. And they do add up. And it's better than, the Illusionist contest, that's for sure. The Illusionist, you get a chance to play the Card Wars game for every order you place. And every time you play it, you get to throw stuff at people like Daniel Madison and Brad Kristen and I guess Durant Clark and whoever else. And if you hit them, you get points. And you have to keep racking up points. And then, depending on how many points you get entered into winning prizes. So, you're not even guaranteed to win anything. You have a very small chance of winning anything. And only resellers who spend, hundreds or thousands of dollars stocking up on products and getting huge amounts of chances to play the game and rack up points, they're the only ones who have a chance at actually winning anything good like a car or a trip or anything like that. Everyone else, regular customers like you and me, very little chance of winning anything, especially anything good. But for losing at Fury 11, everyone has a chance of winning something decent. And every spin, you get a chance to win. And you get a free spin each and every day, whether you buy something or you don't. And with every item you buy, you get additional spins. What can you win? First of all, you can meet the Magician. Private session with Dan White at the Nomad, which is pretty cool. You can win free gold Monarchs. I know 2 people that won them on the very first day. You can also win brown wins, propagandas, blackjacks, redjacks, Monarchs. I'm guessing I don't even know what Monarchs they're talking about. Probably just the original blue ones. White gold Monarchs, artisans, anything that you have in stock. If they have it in stock, they'll ship it. So, it's a good chance to win gold Monarchs or other rare decks that they haven't been selling in a long time. Like the Propaganda, the Brown Winds, Jacks, White Gold Monarchs, etc., etc. You can win a one-on-one private session with your favorite Fury 11 artist. You can choose between Andre Jick, I hope that's how you pronounce it, or Jason England. And I'm not sure if there's any other artists. I haven't seen other artists share. I'm guessing you can choose from any of these other ones as well. There's Just Incredible, not the wrestler, the magician, Blake Voigt, Matthew Beese, Dan Sperry, Chris Kenner, Ekaterina. Oh, I'll go one-on-one with her. What is that? Kristen Gerhardt, or whatever her name is, and others. Anyone but Zach Mueller, thank you. Next, you can also win the Wire production kit as usual with a GoPro Hero 4 camera, and I'm not sure what else you get with that. An instant card collection, you can win 20 rare decks from their private reserve, from Copper Rarebits to Monarchs, Propaganda to Tycoons, etc., etc. You can win an elite membership and 10,000 points Automatically, they're giving 10 away. That's 100,000 elite points to distributing. And elite members have been getting some pretty nice offers this year. Can't say the same for Black Club members. You can win a Spade holiday ornament and in laser etched mahogany wood. It's pretty cool. You can win this Monarch Spade wall art and etc. etc. Not to mention you can win points anywhere from like 50 points to whatever. I cannot spin for another 8.5 hours. Damn you. But I will spin again. So far, I won nothing, resulted in no reward, and I won 50 elite points. Better than nothing. Really, it's as long as I'm winning points or something, I'll be happy. I have never won anything good other than points. The only thing I've won outside of points that I can recall was a red jack deck, I think it was. That's all I really want is a jack deck and points. But I did eventually get, the elite membership. Thanks to all these points. Anyways, that's that. It's actually a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, the video. I apologize. Next week, maybe there'll be more to talk about. Who knows? I'll see you next time with another edition of What's on Deck. By the way, coming up next Saturday, I'll be doing a little magic trick. So make sure you check it out. And, well, more deck reviews coming this week as always.